So for a few years, the Tampa scene seemed like Shangri-La. It seemed like a great place to be. And then around 86, 87, there must have been some kind of shift, and we started all of a sudden hearing stories about terrible violence in Tampa, about skinhead gangs, and about how a lot of the original punks dropped out or kind of got right-wing. And Tampa at that time started getting a bad reputation for violence.
Probably 86, that's when the scene started getting a little violent. And, you know, Tampa had a violent reputation, you know, around the country. A lot of bands would quit coming to play shows in Tampa area because of all the violence. I remember a show with Black Flag played at the Cuban Club in 86 where one of the roadies got hit by a local skinhead with a claw hammer.
There's all kinds of stories that came out on that, and it's like kind of become this pseudo-legendary thing.
I didn't see exactly what happened. What I heard happened is somebody on the stage whacked somebody with a hammer, and somebody in the crowd grabbed Henry off the stage and beat the crap out of him, which I didn't like Henry anyway.
When you go to the Cuban Club, you got a length and you got the short, and Mike always had enough snake to go around and to the stage. He had a 150-foot snake.
Right.
The sound man for Henry Rollins says, no, you always run the snake straight to the stage. What do you think you're doing? Well, the snake is full of these little hairline wires. They'll break if anybody steps on them, and our crowd will step on it. I think any crowd would have stepped on it. So they forced us to go across the way, and when Henry Rollins' Black Flag started, at some point they started stomping on the snake. And the sound man, as opposed to going to Tony or myself or to a security guy, which we always had, there's the other thing, we always had a bunch of security. We always made sure that, you know, the people were somewhat safe. If you want to beat each other up, that's okay, but don't beat the innocents. They literally, the guy pulled out of Mike Abdishi's toolbox a hammer that was underneath the soundboard and went out in the crowd to go pang on somebody's head. But it never made it to anybody's head. There was hands on that hammer. It got taken away, and they pounded on his head. And for years, I don't know where or when I ever got rid of it, but I had this bloody towel that was from that show because I thought it was going to be some kind of memento.
Sold on eBay.
Yeah, that was way before eBay, you know. And I'm not kidding. I had it sitting there all with that dried blood. We literally were worried he was going to be, you know, permanently damaged. They took a hammer to his head. And it's like, what a stupid thing to do.
There was a little bit of stuff going on that night. That was one of those Orlando guys in town for a fun night type thing, I think. But generally, like, they had a couple guys doing stage, just like they don't like stage divers, people getting up on stage and shit. It just, they don't need that. And so they'd get up and push them off. And it was either Tricoli or somebody, or I don't know, Rat Man had said in the book, but one of them pushed the skinhead off or something. And I don't know, they got him somehow. But see, he pulled the hammer on them first, I heard.
I was in the crowd with the fitness guys, all the guys from No Frogs. He's a kid named Mike, who had driven like 10 of us to the show. And Mike kept jumping up on the back of the people in the front of the stage. They were watching Black Flag. And the Black Flag roadies started poaching at him, right? So eventually, he was able to grab a hold of Mike. The skinheads grabbed them, threw them in the crowd, and beat the shit out of them. And rightfully fucking so. Because the Black Flag roadies were beating all the kids and were having a good time at their show. Then, after he got his ass beat, he went backstage, he got a hammer, and he came back and he got his ass beat again.
Think about it. Roadies got hammers. They have to, like, you know, hammer shit together.
Then, Henry Rollins came out, and he nearly got his ass beat.
Did he get chased under the van?
He got chased.
Yeah,
I didn't see where, but he got chased.
If you listen to Get in the Van, he talks about that show.
Read it, listen to it. It's documented.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
I wish I had seen him getting hit or beat up or whatever.
The Black Flag roadies got what they asked for, and the Tampa scene will have a black mark on their record forever. But they got what they fucking asked for.
Oh, yeah. I took that picture that Rollins used in that Get in the Band, where he's standing there with Greg Ginn after that show looking pissed off.
The Tampa
scene was so violent that bands would tell each other before even coming to town, you better be careful because you're gonna run into some bad people then.
I don't know where we played before we played Tampa. I was playing maybe 87, I think. We came through there, but we were on our way to Tampa the next night, and we had heard that COC had played down there, and they'd gotten jumped by all the skinheads down there, and they'd gotten beaten up. And so, at the time, that tour, my hair was kind of long, and we'd already had some problems in San Antonio. We played in San Antonio, and all the skinheads there were giving me shit for growing my hair. So, we're driving into this parking lot in Tampa, and the whole parking lot's full of skinheads. I'm like, fuck it, you know, this is gonna get ugly. And I'm driving the van, and I pull into the parking lot, and some guys like drift over to the van, and they come up to the window and they're like, "Hey, are you guys fanging?" I'm like, maybe, you know, like, yeah, I heard COC got jumped by skinheads down here. They're like, "Oh yeah, that was last week, but we love you guys. You guys are all right."
And it wasn't just skinheads. Everybody here would fight.